And while recovery crews comb through the water of the Potomac River right now, investigators, they are also combing through the details of what exactly led up to this deadly situation.
There are still so many questions to be answered. Family and friends, of course, of those killed in that crash are pausing to remember the lives of those lost. So many young lives, too.
And we're going to guide you through this. We have team coverage this morning. Alicia Palumbo and Manoj Kwangwari both live in Norwood with more on the victims connected to our area. Also, Jeff Saperstone has more on the controversial response from the president. But first, NBC 10's Eli Rosenberg standing by for us in Washington, D.C. this morning with the very latest. Eli, thanks for waking up with us. We appreciate it. This is a hugely emotional morning for much of the country, really.
No doubt, Melody, and this investigation set to enter its second full day here in Washington, D.C. after that horrific midair collision on Wednesday night. Let's set the scene. We are at the airport, and right now you are looking towards the Potomac River where this investigation continues to unfold deep in the waters out there. Those here desperately hoping for answers on what could have caused all of this. The emergency boats remain. The fire chief saying divers plan to head back into the water in a few hours, working with the NTSB to continue to comb through the wreckage to help this investigation. Last night, divers locating a key piece of evidence. This morning, key evidence recovered from inside American Airlines Flight 5432. Clues that investigators hope can help answer what led the plane and a military helicopter to tragically collide in midair.
I just saw a fireball and then it was just gone.
That American flight with 64 people on board and the military helicopter with 3 crashing into each other Wednesday night. The collision setting off a frantic search and rescue. By early Thursday, though, this a recovery mission. There were no survivors.
We are going to get to the bottom of this investigation, not in 3 years, not in 4 years, but as quickly as possible.
After some 24 hours in the water, divers on Thursday night locating the plane's voice data recorders. An early focus of the investigation, staffing inside the control tower. A source telling NBC News staffing at the Reagan Tower was not normal Wednesday night for the amount of traffic at that hour. Normally, one controller handles the planes while another controls helicopters. But Wednesday night, one controller was doing both. Also under investigation, the altitude of the plane and the helicopter.
The controllers are overworked. They're doing forced overtime, and they're having a hard time replacing those individuals, even more right now than they are having to replace pilots.
Experts tell us planes landing at runway 33, where American Flight 5432 is headed, usually fly between 400 and 500 feet, while helicopters could be flying beneath them, around 200 feet.
We don't know what we know just yet. We do not know enough facts to be able to rule in or out human factor, mechanical factors. That is part of the NTSB investigative process.
And these investigations are complicated. Normally, adding to the fact this is all playing out in the water. The fire chief yesterday saying divers are dealing with strong currents, frigid water temperatures, even floating pieces of ice. Salvage operations are also expected to begin later on today. There has been an urgency as part of this investigation since Wednesday night that has stepped up a little bit with wind and rain in the forecast here in D.C. later on today. The NTSB did say yesterday they hope to have a preliminary report on what caused all of this within 30 days. Live at Washington Reagan Airport, Eli Rosenberg, NBC 10 Boston.